be frugal. Is that what?
Yes. That's how I get by advice.
When did you first buy the belief that you have to be frugal to be an entrepreneur?
At a young age, I had it instilled in me by my grandfather, who was a former Navy SEAL. He told me that in order to get by in life and to achieve anything that you believe is possible, then you have to follow your goals, follow your heart, and most importantly, not get led astray on the wrong path.
But how does that connect with being stingy, bro? That's what I want to challenge. I want to challenge that part of it.
In terms of being stingy and greedy, I'm not sure.
No. Separate greedy and stingy. While you were speaking, you mentioned that you have to be frugal.
I believe frugality is one of the keys to success, as it empowers and teaches a set of skills that show a person what the true value of a dollar is, and taking into effect of having goals and ideas and being able to project them into this reality.
Alright, so do you believe in the laws of the universe?
Indeed I do. And same with the law of attraction and how the universe will always find a way.
So do you believe if you're being frugal with the universe is going to be frugal with you?
I believe the energy in which we put out into the universe will give back to us.
Do you believe if you put out an abundance energy to the universe will return an abundance energy?
How I see it is, and karmatic value and everything else of the sorts, the energy in which we put out will not immediately come back to us, but it's a process, and there's steps that lead to that in terms of production and what it takes to be successful. And circling back to the stingy part, I think if we were to share knowledge and grow as a team, then we'd have to, just build from square one, I suppose.
Do you believe maybe your granddad was not familiar with the laws of the universe? Maybe. Do you know if he believed in the universal law?
I believe so. He was an old man in old times. He came from the 40s and 50s there, but he was an old farmer, and that's what I like.
I got you. Okay, so the one message I basically want to share with you, sometimes when you're getting advice, it might be coming from someone that is from a specific time and place, and when your beliefs are different compared to theirs, you may sometimes want to revisit those beliefs that you have formed over the years, okay? That's just my little input on it.
I appreciate the advice.
What I'll do, Daisy, take over the moderation for me for the next half an hour until I get back to my office. So let's do a few more introductions, and then I can just ask if you are a question, Daisy. Daisy, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm locked in.
Let's go. The mic is yours, Daisy. Take a mic.
Man, love and light to everybody in the room, man. We are live in the 10K room, man. If you have not already, click the top left hand and go and follow the green mansion. I'm gonna do a quick introduction, man. My name is Deezy. During the day, I am the furniture sales. So if you're in the Atlanta area, man, most definitely hit my 10K card. I would love to get you some beautiful furniture for a great price. During the evening, I'm an affiliate marketer. I like to sell products that people love. So from 10K to BAM to payments, these are most definitely services that you need if you're an entrepreneur and you're out here operating your business. I'm going to pass the microphone over to the Queen Angela for her to give an introduction and say who she are and what she does.
How you doing? Hi, I'm Angela, a health coach and an urban gardener, and I do over-the-top design crochet materials with some type recycled materials just as well. I'm going to pass the mic to who I'm passing it to. Krillin, she's on the phone. John?
Yeah, what's up? Apologies, I'm kind of crazy at the moment.
Hey, how you doing, Ms. Cowinder? Are you back? I seen that you were just on the phone. What we're doing is introducing ourselves, saying who we are, how the 10K card has been of a benefit to us. And I see that we got John to the stage. John, man, love and light to you, brother. We appreciate you coming to the stage.
Hi, good evening, my Clubhouse family and 10K family. Yes, my name is Kulvinder Samra. I'm helping families to invest in your health and wealth. 10K card is like give me a one platform where I can show everything what I'm doing. It is an amazing experience. And meet new people every day and talking about what is a 10K card and how you can build your own mission with help with the 10K card. It's a great concept. I'm done speaking, and thank you, Daisy. And next is Jonathan to me. Passing mic to John.
Well, no, Jonathan just spoke. So, Mr. John just came to the stage. So, if he's there, you most definitely, if you can introduce yourself and say who you are and what you do, and just how the 10K card has been of a benefit to you and your business.
So just joining the conversation, my business is still taking off as a startup. I kind of work in the shoe game, so to speak, and then also in construction, and then looking more into getting into stocks and other events there. My buddies and I like to go snowboarding here in Alaska, up at Alyeska, Hatcher's Pass and Hilltop there.
Okay, man, that's pretty cool. So, right now, man, we most definitely appreciate you being in the room. Have you heard of the 10K card before?
I haven't, to be honest with you. I just got the Clubhouse invite, and I've just been looking around the rooms, jumping in and listening to conversations and putting in my input.
Okay, well, man, what the 10K card is, it's a digital business card that allows for you to take any and everything that you do and have it in an interactive digital business card that's a shareable card. So now, as opposed to telling people to come look for your information, you're able to send anything and everything that you have to them, and they can always have it. So when they need to reach out to you, it's easy and accessible.
Okay, I think I'm catching the drift. It sounds pretty interesting. I'm very intrigued. Please do tell more.
Absolutely, man. So while I'm explaining it, if you got the time on your phone, man, click the link in my bio, man, and go to my 10K card, so that way you can better understand what I mean by interactive. You got the time to do that, Jonathan?
Yes, I do. I'm doing that right now, man.
Okay, cool. So as you can see on my card, man, it has my social media handles, it has my email, it has my phone number, it has my wife's business page, her social media handle. These are basically all the things that I have going on. It has my affiliate links. You see BAM Eco up there. You see payments. You see 10K cards. So any and everything that I have going on is right there in that card. But what I mean by interactive is, if you see where it says phone, if you click my phone number, you see it pops directly up, and you can call me from my digital business card. The same as with my text message, the same as with any other link that I have in that 10K card. So that's basically what you're able to leave with your customers. So I did hear you say that you have a few different businesses, the business ventures that you have going on. You and your buddy like to do a lot of different cool things. That card allows for you any and everywhere you go, as opposed to carrying business cards. You're able to give that to them easily and accessible, if that gives you a little bit more information as you're looking and navigating through the card.
Of course, we also like hustling up the Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and getting new phones every month or so, depending on the market trends. We've gone through quite a bit of phones, so I definitely like this aspect of the business. After taking a quick look at your website, it's very intriguing, and you're definitely sparked my interest right now.
Okay, man, so what you being interested? Oh, hold on one second. So, give me 1 second. All right, so John, what I would like to do, man, right now, 10K, he's not available, so the team is not available. What if we can? Oh, there he is, Sean. He's
DSD is not playing DSD.
I'm sorry, bro. I can't hear you. You going in and out.
Straight for the throat.
You there, bro?
You in the matrix?
Going in and out.
Yeah, no, it's you went straight
Oh, you in the matrix, bro.
Something ain't too good, and something pretty choppy. Must have a lot of people. There the pipelines walked up.
Sean, you in the matrix, bro. If you can hear me, we can't hear you. You going in and out.
Yeah, he's definitely flipping.
Oh shit! All right, so I'll leave it back to you until I have clear signal. It's all on you, bro.
I didn't hear anything that you said, bro. Your phone was going in and out. Okay, my apologies, Sean. Sean, he just.
Oh, that's what I'm sorry, Dizzy. That's what he was saying. I was texting him too to let him know. So he said, "Here you go." Maybe he's in a better area.
No, I'm on mute, guys. I'm on mute.
Okay, Queen Angela, did you have anything that you just would like to add? You know, with John having some questions,
Take over. I'll join.
Okay, Sean, we'll talk to you in a little bit because we can't hear you.
Back to the office.
All right. Now, what you said, Dizzy, I'm sorry. I was trying to text him at the same time to let him know on the card.
No, Queen, I was just saying, would you have anything that you would just like to add first? Just your overall experience. Because like you say, we're always here just to inform and, you know, bring the individuals to be more knowledgeable about the card. So I would love for you to share your experience with the card.
All right. My experience with the card is that I actually put it on Facebook and Instagram. I'm stuck with like 4 boxes of cards because I needed to update my phone numbers on it. So those cards I have now, I can't use them. So my digital card, I can actually I can fill out my form and send it to the office and they correct everything. I don't have to do any of the work. All I have to do is submit. And it's a one-stop shop. So everything that I'm connected with, it goes to people. Right when I email it to them, download it to them. If I'm in the room, I can airdrop it to them. So it really helps me. Is that helping you, John, to get a little bit more understanding of what's going on with the card? I missed John there.
Yeah, it's making quite a bit of sense. Taking a look at the website and everything, and I like it. I mean, the background processing of what I'm thinking is the coding and whatnot that went behind it, and the animations on the page are pretty smooth. Well, did you use HTML5 and CSS to code it?
I'm not coding anything on the card. Like I said, I don't have to do any of the work. I just submit it to the office. But if you want to go behind the scene, you will have to wait till Sean come back online. You can stay up on the audience. You can stay up on in the audience with us. You can go in the audience, or you can stay on the stage because some of those questions he will have to answer because we don't have to do that. We just have to submit our work and our card is done for us. I'm just sharing that I got like thousands of cards that I post on Facebook and Instagram today. And a perfect example, I needed to change the phone number. So I will either have to use a Shopee and change all of those numbers, which I don't have to worry about anymore because I have a 10K card.
So, Jonathan, man, while you just was on stage, did you have just any overall questions, any additional questions? Like I say, us as a tribe, we're just here to just inform, man, and be more knowledgeable. If you see this is something that you're interested in, man, we're most definitely here to assist you in that as well. But yeah, man, did you have any questions Brother Don, I see that you came to the stage. Love and light to you, man. It's always a pleasure having you. I would love for you to introduce yourself, man, and say who you are and what you do, and how the 10K card has just been of a benefit to you.
Well, thank you, sir. How's everyone doing this evening? My name is Don Daniel. The name of my business is Pill Method International, A Better Way to Eliminate Debt, and I have a book by the same name. We help people to eliminate up to 75% of their interest costs by using education and our enhanced computer system, which helps people to pay off all of their debt in an average of 7 to 9 years. Now, how we're using 10K is that every one of my clients, we put it in our emails. We send it out. I just wrote a magazine article. It's at the end of that magazine article. People want more information. So any piece of communication that we have from now on includes my 10K link. So, in fact, I gave it to a couple of people just yesterday and today. It is. It just makes it a lot simpler, and I like the reaction I get when people pull it up. So, and I tell them how they can get their own. So this thing is. It's the best thing since sliced bread. I've never seen anything like it, and I think it's just taking things to the next step. And just like Angela was saying, when I submit a change, 5-10 minutes later, that change is done. I love that. So thank you. My name is Don Daniel. I'm done speaking.
Don, man, we most definitely appreciate you sharing, man. Do we have anybody? Well, this Coach Earl in the stage. Coach Earl, did you want to come to the stage with you, man? I know you always in the building. I know you working. I was just waiting for Sean to get back. Jonathan, man, was of any value to you, man? Did it answer any questions or shed any more light on the 10K card for you, brother?
Captain Daisy, for a second, can you hear me?
I can.
All right, so my signal is a little weak. Captain Don, welcome to the building, fam. What to do? Let everyone, Daisy, just have everyone share their experience as to what it means to be an entrepreneur and what challenges they have to overcome on this entrepreneurial journey. I think that's a great topic to develop on. We start with one individual and we just keep passing the mic. Okay, let's go for it. When I get back to the office, I'll take the mic.
Okay, so with that being the question, man, do we have anybody that want to take the stage first as far as on sharing their experience on do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur or just your journey on becoming an entrepreneur?
I'll go. Being an entrepreneur means that you're a problem solver, and we here at the Pill Method, we solve problems. But when you're solving a problem that most people don't even know that they have, now you're a visionary. So just think of Marconi, who invented the radio. Just think of it in his time when he was a visionary and wanted to probably turn this into some sort of money-making idea. He says, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk into this thing here, and somebody about a mile away is going to hear my voice coming out of a box. Can you imagine? No one has ever seen that before. Can you imagine that they thought he was a little off, a little crazy? So not only was he an entrepreneur, but he was a visionary. And when you combine those two things, you do have to have some resilience. You have to have some fortitude. You've got to be ready to take on people who are going to call you crazy or say that whatever we have right now is enough. We don't need your idea. And that sort of thing, if you need validation, then being an entrepreneur and being a visionary is not for you. Because the only validation that you're going to get, and that some visionaries get, is after they're dead. So if you're on this planet to put forth an idea, be ready to withstand a lot of opposition. But I'm telling you, if you believe in your idea, if you know I'm talking about right down to the marrow of your bone, that this thing is something that people need, it's going to change the world, it's going to be of some service to people, then that's all you need to keep going. And I would encourage anybody who is an entrepreneur, especially if they're an entrepreneur and a visionary, we need what you have, even though we don't even know we need it yet. Keep digging, keep pushing, keep succeeding. I'm down there, I'm done speaking.
Wow, Don, that was amazing, man. I most definitely appreciate those words of wisdom. Wow. Queens, I see we have two queens that just came to the stage. Love and light. We appreciate you ladies coming in the building and joining us. Would you love to introduce yourself and say who you are? The topic that we have at hand today is, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? So would any one of you queens like to take the stage and to share your experience as being entrepreneurs?
Hey, DZ. I'll go ahead. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Awesome. Greetings to everyone on the stage and 10K. All right. So I'm Chakura Palmer, and founder and CEO of Total Power Financial Solutions. What we do is to help our clients gain the capital that they need, whether it be for business, real estate, and really whatever avenue in which they need to take to obtain their dreams. We offer loans, $10,000 to $100,000, all unsecured. So that is what I do. And in regards to the topic, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? That's a great topic, great question. Oftentimes, I think when we think entrepreneurship, it goes as far as thinking about, like, we think about the time freedom, right? We think about not having to answer to anybody else. But the thing that we didn't think about was the fact that you have to literally be your own boss. You have to motivate yourself in order to do what it takes to run a successful business. I know sometimes it seems as if like it's easy, but it's not. There's blood, sweat, and tears literally that is put into building a business. Even for someone that has been employed, what do you think it took for your previous boss to build that business and to create room for you as an employee? That did not come overnight, right? So that same dedication that you took and you put and you worked for somebody else has to be amplified times like 100, because you become that everything until your business is to a point in which you have people to help you. So that time that you desired, you're going to have to sacrifice time, some long nights, and some early mornings in order to build it to the way in which you desire. So I'm Chakura, and I am complete.
We most definitely appreciate you sharing that, man. That was a lot of wisdom, a lot of jewels. I most definitely felt it to be very valuable. Queen Wendy, we appreciate you being on the stage with us. Did you want to introduce yourself? And like you said, the topic at hand is, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? Would you like to share your experience as being an entrepreneur with us tonight?
My name is Wendy Mason. I am a real estate agent, been in the business 18 years, licensed in DC and Maryland. And so being an agent, yes, you're an entrepreneur. And there are sometimes I'm an entrepreneur, and sometimes I don't feel like being an entrepreneur, just to put it frank, with you, because it's a lot of hard work. And so right now I'm like sitting here thinking to myself, and I have the name of my company is Rescue Realtors, and my passion is helping people not go into foreclosure. But at the same time, I am 61 years old, and sometimes I go, you know what? I should go get me a job at the federal government and just build up my pension and then retire. And I'm just putting it to you honestly. So to be an entrepreneur, yes, it takes a lot. And yes, it is. You work 24/7, and yes, you can't get burned out from it. So, but I mean, that's my opinion. That's my thought. And so I am a visionary, and I'm one of these type of people. I am a visionary, and so, but I come up with these grandiose ideas. Don't ask me to implement it because I'm horrible at implementing. But I'm a good visionary. I can give you the scope of things, what it should look like, but I need somebody else to implement it. So that's when it takes teamwork, because in some things you do need teamwork. But, you have to have somebody who sees your vision. If you all can work hand in hand and you have a visionary and you have somebody to implement it, hey, you can go far. I'm Wendy and I'm done speaking.
Queen, man, we most definitely appreciate you sharing that with us. Well, hit on a lot of key points. I agree with you on a lot. So I'm going to quickly reset the room. I see we have a few more people that just entered the room, man. We have a gentleman that just entered the stage. I'm not going to attempt to say your name, man, because I don't want to butcher you. I feel like that's disrespect. I don't want to say your name the wrong way. But the topic that we have at hand live in the 10K room, if you have not, go up to the top left hand and click the green mansion. Become a part of the club. What we're talking about tonight is, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? So I'm going to quickly introduce myself. Who I am is Deezy. During the day, I'm in furniture sales. And in the nightlife, I am an affiliate marketer, man. I like to sell products that people love. So I'm going to quickly just share my experience and my take on just my journey of being an entrepreneur. A lot of you guys hit on a lot of key points. And I'm going to just speak directly transparent from what it has been for me. It is a tough journey. But with the question that's stated at hand, I'm going to answer that first. For me, I look at myself and I say, yes. The reason why I say I have what it takes to be an entrepreneur is I'm willing to attempt anything. Now, one of the key things that Sister Queen Whitney said is the thorough execution. We all got our areas of opportunities. That's one of mine. But I'm a visionary. I sit all day and come up with different concepts. And when it comes to like what Don was saying as being the problem solver, literally, I may not can take something from the ground up, but just like with my business clients and my personal clients, when they used to come to me at the bank, if you bring to me an idea, it's like as you're talking to me in my mind, it unwinds and it begins to create it. And it's like my mind is putting together the pieces, I'm framing it. And then now here I am like, oh yeah, do this. Ooh, I do it all the time with my wife. It's just, I do it with anybody that I'm talking to if they sharing their idea or whatever concept that they're going with. It's just, I don't know, it happens by nature. But for me, when it came to being a business owner and making that decision, yeah, I don't have the know-how or what it takes to literally just sit on someone else's job. I understand that you got to make means, you got to make income. But for me, it was always, I wanted more. From my old life to my new life, I've always seen the bigger picture. For the little moment that I was in the streets, I always seen something bigger that we can do with that. And so for me, it was like, I want to create that. And when I decided to have a family, I was like, I want to create that for my family. So for me, man, I've never been afraid to attempt something. And I've never been afraid to be wrong. I've never been afraid to fail. So I was like, entrepreneurship was inevitable, bro. You already don't like someone dictating what your outcome is going to be at the end of the day. So you need to be an entrepreneur. It's in you. My father, he was an entrepreneur. My mother, she was a head charge nurse. So I come from a stock of intelligence and wit. So for me, man, just going through that process, I enjoy it. It's hard. I have my rough days, but I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world, man, because I know at the end of the day, once it's finished, once I do continue to put those keys together and as I'm learning to get around the right people, it'll be exactly what I'm seeing in my mind. And I don't care how I look to other people, how crazy it gets, even with the situations that I've been through, my family and my marriage, is something in me that will not allow for me to stop. So to directly answer the question for me, yes, I know I have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I just got to continue to trust the process and go through the process. I'm Deezy and I'm done speaking. Do we have anyone else on stage, man, that would just like to share their experience of what it takes to be an entrepreneur, or do they think they have what it takes to be an entrepreneur?
I just like to say, man, you just spoke to my heart, talking about family and everything else of the sorts, man. I just like to say thank you.
No problem, bro, man. I appreciate you just coming up here and rocking with us this evening, man. King, that did come to the stage, man. Like I say, I don't want to say your name the wrong way, but we most definitely appreciate you coming up here with us, man. I would love for you to introduce yourself and just say who you are and what you do, man. Tell us, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur, or how has your journey been being an entrepreneur?
Thank you, DZ. Definitely, I'd like to introduce myself. Do you want me to share a pitch or just about myself?
Man, you can do it. You can do it however you feel, King. Rock out.
All right, thank you. Okay, so one-liner about my business. I am into an ad media technology business in India, supporting North America and Europe. We're into 360 support for branding, advertising. Quick personal introduction about me. I'm an accelerator, growth enabler. And pre-COVID, I was running a hedge fund for 6 years. And the problem that I would like to present is post-COVID, the impact in the economy and a lot of business have gone down. The EMIs have not been paid, and the businesses have shut down. The economy is really, really, really low. So the solution that I present is we started a non-profit called Federation of International Trade Investor, the association, focusing on all my guys on the hedge fund and everyone focusing on giving that edge and support to the entrepreneurs and to the upcoming entrepreneurs, to the job losses, so that they can be an entrepreneur and somehow put the food on the table. It is known as Fatigue Association on Clubhouse. We just recently launched a month ago. I'm doing. I'd like to plug in here. I'm doing an event on Sunday, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, about what is fatigue all about, and so that's the solution. Why am I here, and why my team can solve this problem? Because we are a huge network across our Pan-Asia setup, where we are enabled in many countries, and the trade and investor network is there. So we are able to support health tech, delivery tech, and that's why we can make a difference. There's a differentiator in the market in reference to what people are doing and what we are doing. We are majorly in terms of empowering, because we are running 3 programs, which is trade, empowerment and development for women, and think tank founders, which is an investor network. Currently, there are no economic or tractions because we recently launched. What is our ask is the support and setup. So the only way I can add as a member is if you follow me, or you go through my page on Clubhouse, and you'll see Fatigue Association. So hey guys, I'm Aditya. What it takes to be an entrepreneur, I agree with DZ. There are similar situations. The first fight that I had was to convince myself, and I'll tell you how. I would like to share an experience. I have overall 16 years of experience working, and past 8 years I've been an entrepreneur, or I would say I started my journey 8 years ago as a wantrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur, and then I became a salesperson, and then I became an entrepreneur eventually. But before that, I was an employee. And let me tell you the mindset. When you're working with top tier companies and then you try to be a entrepreneur, you have to fight with your family. You have to fight with the insecurities. You have to fight with financial concerns. You have to fight with the world within yourself. And you have to convince yourself first that you can do it. So it's a tough journey. It's like a roller coaster ride. But at the end of the day, the only reason I'm happy and I'm satisfied because I was working 96 hours a week. I used to go to office on Monday, come back home on Thursday with stinky socks, sometimes not taking bath for 2 days, still working because I was an internal auditor and I was handling a lot of LOBs while I was working. And to be honest with you, there was a time that I got hospitalized because of dehydration, because of the working that I was doing. And that day, eureka moment happened. I realized, why should I work for others when I can chase my own dream? And that's where my journey started. So that's all, guys. I'm Aditya, and I'm up. Thank you.
Man, we most definitely appreciate you coming to the stage, King, and sharing that with us, man, and being transparent. When Sean, stick around, man, because when Sean get back, man, a lot of the things that you got going on, especially what you're saying, you having that nonprofit, I know he most definitely want to hear more about it, man. So, hey, you on stage, man, hang out, man. And Derek, I see you came to the stage. We appreciate you, King. Andrea, we appreciate you, Queen. And Selena, we appreciate you, Queen, as well. Would you like to introduce yourself, say who you are, and the topic at hand is, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? You can answer the question and say if you have what it takes. I don't know if you own a business, or share your experience from being an entrepreneur, stating how you knew you had what it takes or what it took to become an entrepreneur. My apologies.
Who was gonna go first? I don't know if it was my turn or not.
Yeah, man, I just put it out there for whichever one. Of course, ladies first, queens, if you would like to introduce yourselves, we would like for you to go first. But if not, King, man, most definitely you can take it away.
I'll wait. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for bringing me to the stage, DZ. How are you?
I'm doing good, Queen. We appreciate you for coming.
Well, my name is EntrePreneur. I am the owner of All Natural Reset. So I am a wellness coach, herbalist, yoni steam practitioner, and I help people to use essential oils and herbs and integrate them into a self-care regimen. Do I have what it takes to be an entrepreneur, or what it takes to be an entrepreneur? Definitely being an entrepreneur can be a tough ride, but I do believe that you have to be persistent and that you have to want it more than anybody else. You definitely have to come out of a mindset of an employee mindset and turn that into the mindset of an owner, and a mindset of thinking of how you want and what legacy you want to leave for your family and generations to come. It has been, I would say, a tough journey. There's definitely times that you feel like giving up, but it is that same energy that you take to help you to keep digging in and going on in terms of being an entrepreneur. I'm continuing in this journey, along with the fact that I still work a regular job as an educator working with 16 to 24-year-olds. But that doesn't stop the fact of pursuing my dream and my goal and working both sides. So, you do that. You just keep doing that and you stick in there and know that things will work out. You don't give up on your dream. You don't give up on your goals, and you definitely set goals, take steps. I've heard quote before, and I've heard it said that, Michael Jordan said that he missed many shots, but he didn't stop. And he's still known as one of the greatest in basketball. So, all of that plays a part in terms of that mindset of consistency, persistency, and never giving up. I'm Andrea, and I'm done speaking.
Wow, Queen, you touched on so many key points, man. I most definitely appreciate you coming to the stage, man, and sharing that with us, man. I know it benefited me, man, and I know it most definitely benefited the individuals in the audience, and I know everyone on stage can take a little bit from anything that anyone has to say. So, Derek King, man, if the Queen Selena does not want to go, man, you most definitely can take the floor.
Thank you for inviting me to the stage. I'm Selena Hunter. I'm a 51-year-old Black woman from the city of Chicago. I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago, and I was born into a family of people from my grandparents to my aunties and uncles. It's like I was born into a family of dry cleaners, people that own dry cleaners. And basically for the first 40 years of my life. So at 8 years old, I had the task of running one of our dry cleaners as a child. And it wasn't technically supposed to be like that, but it was supposed to be me and my uncle, who was an adult, and I was supposed to work in the business alongside of him. But I'm not sure if I was the only one that realized my uncle was an alcoholic, but he would leave me in the dry cleaners to run it for myself while he would go get drunk. And they would come back pretty much a few hours later or so. And I was a very smart young lady, so I was up to the task. And I did that all the way up until I was an adult. And as an adult, I decided to go into the entertainment industry and also own a tax business. And in owning my tax business, I was fortunate enough to be able to make 6 figures in 90 days owning a tax business, because tax season is from January 15th to April 15th. And although I was able to do that, and although I was born into a family business, after reading the book, The E-Myth, Why Most Small Businesses Fail and What to Do About It, I realized that I was a good hustler. Yeah, I was born into a business, but I truly did not really know how to be in business until I read that book. It really gave me perspective on why most businesses fail and what to do about it. It really gave me perspective on how McDonald's, a billion-dollar corporation, was ran by children, teenagers. And I had teenagers. Both of my children are adults now, but some of them are not the brightest people on earth at times. I had a client who said that he had a daughter who would cook burgers all day at McDonald's and couldn't come home and cook a burger. And what I learned in that book, and from talking to my client as well, is the importance of systems. That McDonald's and most real businesses had systems. And so at that time, I was so impressed by that book. And this was probably almost 20 years ago. I was so impressed by that book that I contacted the author who wrote it. I was in Atlanta at the time, my husband and I. And we paid the man $1,000 a month for a 1-hour phone call every month to teach us, to coach us, because he had a business coaching company, on how to build our business, which in turn taught us how to build businesses throughout the world for clients all over the world, athletes, entertainers, and small business owners. And at that point, I realized that anytime that I needed and wanted to own a business, that my business needed to be system dependent and not people dependent. And so it's a very interesting topic to me to talk about. Do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? Because I feel like a lot of people do, but still and yet I feel like a lot of people don't. I feel like what I learned from that book as well is a lot of people have what we call an entrepreneurial seizure. And that means that you may be good at what you do in your life. Meaning, let's say if I'm a hairdresser, I may be the best hairdresser in Los Angeles. That does not mean that I can run a hairdressing business, a beauty salon. And a lot of people kind of take one and go to the other, and that's an entrepreneurial seizure. It's like they're seizing out. They're having a fit, almost thinking that one is the same with the other. And so with building businesses throughout the world for the last 25 years, I've learned that one of the biggest things that I had to know is to know when I've done the best that I can do and make sure that I had the systems in place to make sure that my business is doing more than what I can do. And make sure that my business had the people that's put to work the systems. I can plug in anyone because most people can read. So that was very paramount, is understanding, okay, it's systemic, not people dependent. And I needed to learn to work on my business and know when I needed to work in my business. And that was the difference. So being an entrepreneur, I would definitely say that it takes a lot of learning, a lot of patience, and a lot of core strength. And I say core strength because it's like taking punches. You got to be able to roll with the punches because there's going to be ups and downs. And statistics say that the first 5 years, it's a good chance that your business won't even be profitable. And in most cases, they aren't. And I learned to not equate money with profit because with my first tax business, although I was bought out by H&R Block, I didn't have a clue of what I was doing until after I read the E-Myth business, though I made 6 figures in 90 days. And I've met so many people. I had to help so many people build businesses that had $1 million businesses and very successful businesses, or even people that's making $500,000. That's a lot of money from a business. But they could have been in business for 20 plus years and still really wasn't efficient with it. So I just learned to really look at things kind of and take everything in perspective as well. Because like I said, don't allow people to say I've been in business for 20 years to substantiate that they're doing it right, because they literally could have been doing it wrong. Don't allow people to say that I've made so much money and to substantiate that I'm doing it right, because that don't mean anything. You literally could have been a hustler like I was. Just know that if you do decide to be an entrepreneur, make sure that you're doing what you love, because if you do, I can guarantee you the money will come. Thank you.
I just want to make sure my reception is okay.
Tracy, your audio is not like clear.
Can you guys look out there?
It's going in and out.
Yeah, my apologies. I'm in a bad reception at the current moment. Could any one of my moderators take over? All right, can you guys hear me now? Yeah, I just wanted to say, Queen, man, that was a lot, but man, that was so bad. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I just want to pass the microphone real quick. Angela, are you there? Or Co-Winder, I see you flashing your mic.
Yeah,
just for a split second as I get through, man, will one of y'all be able to take over?
Yeah, really, your audio is still not good reception. Selena, this is an amazing story you shared. Yeah, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to do what you need to do to share. It's very powerful. Did you have a 10K card? Did you heard about 10K card, or you have it, Selena card?
What was your question? I didn't understand.
Did you have a 10K card? You heard before about 10K card? It's digital business card.
Do I have a digital business card?
Right.
No, I don't.
You wanna check it? Maybe check in my Instagram or DM me and see this digital business card is giving to us so much value and so much things you can put on a one platform. Check it on. If you want to a 10-day challenge and message us, then we can add you in a 10-day challenge with us. We are doing a 10-day challenge. You have to a 10-day challenge is you have to do a 10 phone calls, 10 DM and 10 messages on a stage where 25 people or more are in the room. You can pass this message, and you can do any social media with doing this for your own business. You are coming in a challenge.
I don't have a digital business card right now, but I used to have one. And the place that I used to have them, they actually give them away for free. I'm not quite sure what you mean by a challenge, and I'm not quite sure. I think you may want to DM me about what you're talking about.
Yes,
I'm totally confused. But if it's something that I have to do that's not in my business description, then I'm not going to be interested, to be honest.
No, always welcome. We will share with you 10K card. What is the value you will see? It will work for you, or we will a 10K card. Even you can do on your one tab where you can donate to one charity, or he's putting efforts to giving a 20% back. This is an amazing card. We will DM you. You will go through and see if it works better for you. I'm still learning from him. He's very good. So far I get a card, I'm feeling proud with this, and we will love to share with you. Thank you for your share. And Angela, you are on stage. You wanna be take a mic and share who you are and what you are doing? Okay, hi. Hold on. I'm charging both of my phones. I'm sorry. All right, LaQuinta, he's sticking with the topic, so I'll start with the topic part that they was asking the question: what would it take to be an entrepreneur? And my situation, I had to start over because.
Hey, Queen, you there? I don't know what just happened.
Could you give me 1 minute, Dizzy? I'll be right back because my phone is dead. Hold on. I'm getting out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Am I in the better reception, guys? Can you guys hear me? Dove, I see you came to the stage. King, love you.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, so Dove, man, I most definitely want to speak to the topic at hand.
Selena, the name of that book? Yeah, I just wanted to ask Selena if she could repeat the name of the book she was discussing.
It's called The E-Myth Revisited: Why Most Small Businesses Fail and What to Do About It. It's by Michael E. Gerber. If you go to my profile, I have 2 websites. The second website is for my independent record label. And on the resources page is that book, because people keep asking me about it. So I put it on the resources page, and it's linked to Amazon basically. But it's by Michael E. Gerber, and it's a great book. It changed my life.
Thank you. I actually DM'd you already, so don't think I messaged you after, but I asked you for the name. But thank you.
Okay, cool.
Amazing. Love to hear more about you and the DZDM. Dave, you are on stage. You want to share who you are and what are you doing for a living?
Sure. So my name
Internet is breaking, or if audio we can see. Everybody is hearing him.
I know he had cut out for a moment. But while we're waiting for his reception to get back, I know the King Derek was waiting patiently for the two queens to go. He had wanted to share his perspective.
Yeah. Thank you so
definitely
much.
I don't know. Everybody's internet is glitching. Greasy, we can hear anybody.
King, you most definitely want to rock out, man. Appreciate you being with it. Derek, you there? All right, so it seemed like a lot of us having connection issues tonight, man. Hey, that's just cell phones. So what I'm gonna do, man, if you guys can hear me clearly, I'm gonna quickly do a reset to the room, man. We are live in the 10K room. If you have not already, go to the top left-hand corner and click that green mansion, become a part of the club, man. We do these rooms every single day, 7 days a week. One's at 10 a.m. The second one is at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're always talking about the benefits and the value of 10K cards, man, and really just sharing our experience and enlightening other individuals that come in the room on how the 10K card can be of a benefit to you. What we're talking about tonight is, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? If you have not started a business, you can answer that question from the stake of how you feel. If you are already in business, you can share your experience and what made you know when you started you had what it took. My name is Deezy, man. We have wonderful moderators on the stage, man. I appreciate definitely love to hear from you. If not, I would love for anyone on stage just to share their experience, man, so we can continue to add value to the room, or we can shift and talk about the benefits and value of 10K cards while we share our experience of what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Or do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? When seeing your flashing queen, do you have anything that you want to say?
Breezy, we can't hear anything. Well, if Derek can't get back in right now, I was sharing. You want me to go? Hi, I'm Angela. I'm a health coach and an urban gardener, and I do over-the-top jewelry, crochet jewelry with recycling material. In my situation, I know I have what it takes. I had to let go of everything to take care of my mother after having my own daycare for after 21 years. And then out of the death of a lot of people in the family in the last 5 years, I had to actually stop my farmers markets, which was 2, because one of them was under development for the whole block. So I got to wait till next year to be able to go back in there. I also raised bees, so I made honey and other herbal and lotions and potions, which I'm doing now. So right now what I'm doing, that's not me and the other Angela, that's some of the jewelry that I make. So when my phone died, I had to go to the other phone. So that's what I'm doing right now, is working on some of the things that I need to do to actually set up for the events that's going to be next week. Out in the street is for vending, and then it's a fashion show that I have to do with one of my friends. She invited me to come do. So I know the first time it wasn't as difficult as it is now because I'm much older, so it's taken a lot of energy, but I am not going to give up. And I'm starting over just like I never had a business because I'm doing this digital. So I have had people gift me tools of running a business and courses that they actually offer me to help me for the whole year. So I just don't want to go back and work for someone else, because that was one of the bad experiences I had from the last 5 years working with people with challenges. It wasn't the people with challenges. I did that volunteer. It was the situation that happened at the job. So I'm just really going to push myself to actually start this next business. And I know it takes a lot, and I know it's not like you make a lot right away. So I know what it takes to be an entrepreneur. That's Angela.
Queen, man, we most definitely appreciate you sharing that with us. Thank you so much, man. Derek, I seen that you said that you were back. Do you have a better reception?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you clear now, King, man. We most definitely want to hear from you. Rock out.
Good. Yeah, I do have what it takes to run a business. However, I don't think I have what it takes
to come after these two queens with their powerful stories. So I can only just share mine. But I have failed miserably at starting businesses, and so what I've learned is that I didn't put the time in with the work and what it took to be successful, because other people were winning and I was jealous and I was like, it didn't work, but it did work. It's just I didn't put enough work into it, and I was killing myself by trying to do too much and do everything myself instead of trying to include the right people. And I was always trying to be in competition. And so I made a shift to real estate, and I still have a 9-to-5. And what that experience taught me is that my job, I can use that as an experience and to network, to put me in key places and give back as much as I can. And if I give back and if I help others, then I can create a cycle. So my actions of helping, it could come back and pay me tenfold or even more. And so I'm starting to reap a lot of the benefits from things that I've done years ago, from changing my mindset. And that is a great book the E-Myth. And I've read that one too. It's a great book, but I got another plug that I wanted to talk about. So in my marketing, when I was doing some off marketing, and I met up with the vice president of the Business Alliance Group, and that's the equivalent of the Chamber of Commerce. And so I didn't know what his title was at this point, but he saw something in me, and he said that, hey, he would give me tests. And so I didn't know that he was giving me tests. I was just hungry, and I wanted to do what was necessary and what was needed. And so I noticed that he would have me calling these people and connect, and I didn't know at the time. It was just like I just wanted to do it. And so he was like, well, did you call these people? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And so he was like, all right, I got another set of people that I want you to meet. And so come to find out later on, he was saying, oh, yeah, all that was just a test to see if you would do it, because a lot of people will waste my time, and I don't like people to waste my time. So I see you somebody that I can work with. And so, we've been talking for a couple of months. And so I finally just asked him, I said, well, what is your title with the Chamber of Commerce? He said, oh, I'm the vice president. Now I'm a partner now. And I was like, wow. So this guy, he's been pouring in me. And so it's like, now I feel obligated to do the same. And so I've had failures. I realized those failures, but then somebody also said that your failure is only a failure if you quit and you stop. But if you learn from your failure, then that's what makes the success. And so just like today, I had Matt help me out. I got my 10K card today, and so he's helping me with Clubhouse and everything, because I say I'm so new. I don't have nothing in my bio, but I did link my Facebook account up. And so some other things that I'm working on is doing some opportunities on development and starting a nonprofit where in the community where I come from, a lot of kids, they have needs like food, clothing, and Thanksgiving and Christmas, I had a private chef that wanted to cater a meal for my family, and I told the guy, I said, no. I said, how about you do it, but we can give it to a deserving family, because a deserving family, they won't eat like I eat. And I said, I think that gift, you doing this for me, I think it would be served better for a family in need. And so it's just about like giving back, having that heart of giving back. And I've been blessed and been fortunate to have good people, and especially being on this platform now where you guys are opening my mind and expanding my brain. So thank you. And that's all that I have to say. So I appreciate it. King, man, that most definitely was very valuable, man. Derek, I appreciate you sharing that with us, man. I know everyone on the stage was able to take something from that. I know I most definitely was, man. So I just want to keep everything going. Miss Cowender, I don't believe you had the opportunity, man, just to share and answer the question at hand. I know you're on stage, Queen. Would you like to most definitely add to the topic?
Hello, everybody. Thank you, my Clubhouse family. Nice to meet you. And today, I want to share with you what I'm like doing the health products, and I'm helping families for a health product. And Dizzy, I'm hosting now my Zoom meeting with somebody in my team in India. I will get back to you.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna keep things going, man. I most definitely love the topic. I appreciate everyone sharing their perspective. So if anyone has anything else they would like to add, man, I know for me, outside of knowing what it took to be an entrepreneur, one of the things that I always noticed, and Miss Angela, man, you actually kind of brought that to my mind when you kind of just talked on the story of what you did in helping and giving back. I know for me growing up, man, I was raised by my grandmother, and she was a diabetic. So it was crazy. Out of all the people that stayed in the house, we all made sure that grandma was straight, but she was the matriarch. She was the strength of the family. She was the rock of the family. But I remember crazy nights, man, where I would be asleep and I'm waking up out my sleep 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't know why. But I'm going in my room, and I'm going to my granny room, and she is in the state of almost going into a diabetic coma, sugar low. And I know if anyone got a diabetic in the family, man, you know how that is, where you got to give them syrup, you got to put sugar in orange juice. But from a little bitty boy, I took care of my grandma. Everybody else was grown. Like I said, they looked after her, but I was her baby because she took care of me because my mother passed away when I was 3, and my pops, he wasn't around. I kind of met him later on in life. He was kind of in and out. But I've always had this enjoyment for helping people, for just, loving on people, no matter what the situation was. It's like, for me, the smallest achievement to the biggest achievement, man, I just like to celebrate people. I like to just let people know, man, it don't matter if who you know or who you around is celebrating you, bro. You got somebody, if you link with me, you got somebody that'll believe in you, that's going to pump you, that's going to take your smallest idea, bro, help you build on it and let you know, bro, you can do it. And in addition to that, man, I enjoy being a part of a team. So for me, it don't matter what the position is, man. If we got an overall goal, let's make it happen. So those were some other things that just let me know, man, as outside of being an employee, if I can build something, or if I can be around someone that have a vision, man, and they're looking to build something, that's a little bit different. Of course, being a business owner, man, you hold an employee title. So let's not get away from, titles and different things of that nature. But that was just also something that growing up, I always kind of knew and understood, like, damn, like all of you guys have been talking about, entrepreneurs are problem solvers. But problem solvers come from an enjoyment and a desire to help, to fix things, seeing something, knowing it's not right, and wanting to do something about it. And for me, I've always been that individual. So I've been learning that that's really the core of entrepreneurship. I'm self-taught in everything when it comes to small business. Clubhouse has been a tremendous platform for me because it allowed for me to kind of get inside the minds of influencers and entrepreneurs that I've seen on Instagram. A lot of you guys know exactly how that goes. So, man, that was just another thing that hit home for me. Was just like, yeah, I'm learning. Okay, now that's the entrepreneur spirit. So that's just something else that I would just like to add, man. Just hearing a lot of you guys speak, man, is just kind of hitting home and just affirming for me that, yeah, I am on the right path. I did make the right decision, and just trust the process and keep going with it. So I'm DZ, and I'm done speaking for the moment, man. If anyone have anything they just would like to add, you see, we just on stage vibing. It's no pressure. Let's just talk and vibe out.
Hey, definitely, man. That's some good stuff, man. Like, most people, if when you have certain traumas, man, because my dad, not to get all personal, but sometimes you got to break down the barriers. Because my dad wasn't any good when I was a kid, on drugs, in and out. But I made it. I had a goal where I wanted to be able to do better and be that example for my family, because I had the best example of what not to be in a father, but I didn't allow that to stop my goals, and my goals were to be successful and to do something with my life. So that's some big stuff that, and I do agree that the Clubhouse platform has given us another tool. And I think this has been going great. And like I said, I'm brand spanking new. I'm still learning, and this is a powerful tool if we can come together and use it right, just like we're doing now.
No, Derek, man, you right, bro. I most definitely agree with you. Do we have anybody else on stage, man, that just wanted to add to that? Any of the queens on stage?
Derek, thank you for that. Clubhouse is definitely a powerful tool. While you were speaking, DZ and Derek, and you talk about, what you came from. I just know that, I can't say that I didn't have like both of my parents in my life, because I did. As far as coming up, I could just say that there's always been that desire in me, and I always like helping people. And I remember that prior to doing what I'm doing now, I was in the accounting and finance field, and I just felt like sitting behind a desk that I really wasn't helping or helping anyone, and that always just that made me want to go out and do more. And working with young people has been a blessing to me to help out, and so that has continued in my entrepreneurial spirit of being able to now assist people with helping them to incorporate like essential oils and herbs, and just being healthier as overall, having overall health and wealth going on for them. I also wanted to say that as an entrepreneur, making sure that you don't do what I call like a copycat. You have your goal of what you want to do, and there may be many people out there doing it, but it's still unique to you, and there's people out there that need your help. I always feel that everybody has people that's attracted to them, or that will be attracted to them, that they're supposed to help and they're responsible to help as they grow. So don't get jealous of the next person. You just stay in your lane and keep pushing, and know that God will work that out for you. One of the things that's even been helpful for me more is my 10K card has been helpful in my business, even as I share it. I'm so thankful for that. I say something that seems so simple is so big and helpful. Everybody that I've shared it with is like, wow, where can I get one of those? Or, just the ease of being able to not have to walk around with business cards. That's something else that it has done. So I also say, as an entrepreneur, keep your options open and the desire to continue learning and networking and meeting with people. And that is something that Clubhouse has definitely created an opportunity for as well. I'm Andrea, and I'm done.
And Queen, I couldn't agree with you more. Angela, I seen that your mic was going off as the Queen. Angela, as the Queen Andrea was getting ready to speak. Did you have something that you want to say? You want to add to it? Queen Jocelyn, welcome to the stage. We appreciate you joining us.
You want Jocelyn to share before me? I was just going to touch on the same thing you were talking about, but you can let it go before me.
Absolutely, Queen. So you see the topic at hand. What we're talking about tonight is, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? Or what you could do is as you being an entrepreneur, share your experience of what you knew when you got started that you knew would have had what it takes to be an entrepreneur.
Hi, thank you for inviting me up. I appreciate it. I don't know that I knew that I had what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I just know that I knew I didn't have what it took to be an employee. And so that's kind of how my journey started. I did start out in, just in regular employment. But I think life circumstances kind of dictated for me that I wanted to make certain I had freedom that would allow me to do the things that I needed to do as a single mom. And bottom line for me is I wanted to be available anytime my children may need me. Not that there was any indications that they would have any hyper essential need for me to like show up in any given moment. But I just remember being in an office one time when I did work in customer service, and I got a call that my youngest son had been hit by a car. Thanks be to God, it was just a mild tap and he was fine, but he still had to be taken by an ambulance to the hospital because it happened at school. And I remember saying, in the room that I was in, there were a bunch of people talking, and I was basically raising my hand like I was in school saying, excuse me, I need to leave because my child's been hit by a car. And like nobody was hearing me. And so I spoke up and I said, I've got to go. My kid has been hit by a car and I'm going to see about him. And I didn't ask permission, but the fact that I even had to give it thought is what really kind of got up under my craw. And so as things shifted, I literally prayed and asked God what he would have me to do. And he gave me real estate and said, well, he didn't give me real estate. He said, choose what you want and let me bless you. And so I selected real estate because I knew that was an industry, or this is an industry where I could set my own ceiling, where in terms of what I earn, I could be available for my children should they need me to be there. And so that's basically how my entrepreneurial journey began, my own. Now, my father was a car salesman. He was the first black car salesman at Northeast Ford in D.C. And then he went from there to Sheehy. So I think that's probably where I got my entrepreneurial chops from. But yeah, that's how my journey started. And I haven't looked back. Not at all. So that's pretty much the way it's been. It takes a lot of work. It takes tenacity. It takes innovation. It takes creativity. You know, a huge part of what you have to do dealing with other people is, you know, basically identifying their characteristics and then making the adjustments in the moment that will allow you to get through, you know, certain things. But I have no desire to do anything else. Absolutely. I'm here and I'm going to be here till I go. That's the way. And I don't, Sean, are you there? Flash your mic. Are you there? He's not there. Okay. I wanted to say a special thanks to him, but I'll wait till he comes back. Thank you for bringing me up and allowing me to speak. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. He said he'll be back when he gets to the office because he had problems with the phone too.
Man, Jocelyn, I really appreciate you just coming to the stage and sharing that with us and just being transparent. And I know that was an event that happened some time ago, but I most definitely apologize that happened to your child. I'm glad that everything is okay with your child. Man, I don't even know what to say after that. I mean, if anybody had anything that they just wanted to add to what the Queen Jocelyn said, or just anything that they just wanted to add to the room.
Yes, Jocelyn, I can relate to that because when I was running the daycare, they called me and told me my granddaughter had got hit by a car and she had the light. And then afterwards, her sister was so nervous and stuff, she had almost fell out. And when they came home, she was like, you should have seen her. She was like a ballerina because she danced and stuff. So afterwards, she did a lot of suffering, but she didn't want to sue the people. She didn't want to do anything. And she was a little girl. And I was telling her father, well, I can't make her do anything because they would stand with me because when they first came here, my daughter moved to the Bronx, and the place got broken into, and they came through their window. So I refused to let them stay back up there with her when she asked me could they stay with her. So out of that trial with my business, also, my son had said it was too much for him to still take care of my mom, which he did it for all his life and stuff, taking care of her while she was a diabetic. He just said it was too much because he had to keep revising her to come back. So then I knew I would have to close my daycare because I didn't have to have nobody else watch my children. So it was a lot of trials through that. And then after that, it was the 4 grandkids. And then it was the relocation of them building a high-riser. So that was the youth market. That was the other farmers market. It kept going on. So this time I just said I was going to start over like I never had a business because I'm doing it as like digital real estate of having non-physical property. So that's what I'm doing right now with my life. And there's still things going on because we just did the memorial for my nephew because he had got killed last year. And I had just lost another grandbaby this year. So I'm just trying not to have anything stop me. But I do a lot to help the community and the seniors. So that's what really keeps me going. Thanks for letting me share.
Well, let me say to you, Angela, I'm sorry for the losses that you have experienced. But what I know about us entrepreneurs is that we keep going, man. Like the Energizer Bunny, we just keep going and going and going because we recognize that when you're working for yourself, and they do say it, when you're working for yourself, you actually work harder than you would for somebody else, but the reward is greater. And I have to applaud you for your transparency with regard to just tearing things down and rebuilding, setting a new foundation for your new business. Excuse me. That is commendable. Absolutely. Just to be able to take the steps that you need to take to recognize that in order to be successful, you have to set a proper foundation. I often say anything set on an improper foundation can't last. So I commend you for all that you're doing, and I absolutely wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
Daisy, where you go?
Daisy having problems. They all having problems with their phones too. I had it for a minute, but I had to sit down. What I was doing is I was crocheting.
You guys, I was past. So
you're in the matrix again.
Yeah, you still in the matrix, bruh.
Mhm. So I had to stop crocheting and everything because that's what I was sitting here doing. But to be able to sit still and be on the phone, other than that, I have to take the other phone and walk around the house with. So I'm just going to sit down. So I figured this might be my break. I'll call it a break for a minute. So that's what I'm doing. And I used to have the youth in my daycare. Once they got to a certain age, they came back to work with me because they knew the program better than any adult that I hired because they was the program. So it was interesting. It was beautiful. And I'm going to do it again. I still have the rights to do youth markets and stuff. And as everything had went, because that was, 6 deaths and stuff? Yeah. My 3 grandbabies and my mom, my aunt, and we all was in the same building. So we had like 9 apartments in a tenement building. So you can imagine how that was. We also had it was a store connected to the building. It was all family. And then you had the pool hall, so you got to learn everything. It was about hustling and gambling and all the rest of that. So I already know what it takes to do it. And I started out going right. That I even said I was going to start like I never had anything. I went to IRS. I explained to them. They willing to work with me. People been gifting me with the card to help me get into business. So I'm sure it'll be a nice book to write at there. Somebody else like to share?
Can you guys hear me? Is my reception better? Or am I still in the matrix?
No, we can hear you now.
Okay, I'm back. My apologies for my background. Of course, I got the family. I see Miss Kim just came to the stage. Love and light to you as always, family. I pray everything is well with your husband. You see the topic at hand that's at stage, man. Like I say, my connection was fading in and out. So Queens, I apologize. There was certain things I heard, certain things I didn't hear. So I don't like to just interject when there was a choppy conversation. So I would just like to quickly reset the room. And what we're talking about tonight is, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? What the individuals on stage have been doing, man, is just sharing their experiences, being transparent, man, just pouring out. I've gained so much from this room, man. And Queen, Miss Kim, if you have the energy, we would love for you to introduce yourself, man, how the 10K card has benefited you, and just answer the question, share your experience of being an entrepreneur.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Kimberly Pittman, and yes, I have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I have been working from my husband's bedside for the past week, and what it takes, in my opinion, to be an entrepreneur is consistency. Absolutely consistency. Pick something. Don't get caught with the shiny object syndrome. Pick something and go in that direction. If you fall down, continue until the door is completely shut. The 10K card has made it so much easier because I came here. When I came to the emergency room, I didn't know I was going to be here for a week. So the 10K card has been the thing that I've been focusing on. And it has allowed me to keep the connections open with people that I have touched base with, that I was working with, as when we first got started on the challenge. So as I'll end it with, this is Kimberly Pittman. I love the way that Sam said it last night, that I was the 10K card queen. I love that. I would love to be able to, I am going to stand up to that. So all of my beautiful 10K family, I love you all. I feel all of your prayers. My husband has been hearing your prayers and doesn't even know it because he's out of it. And I just thank you and praise you all for that. And this is Kimberly Pittman. It's 10K or no way.
Miss Kim, I love it. It's 10K or no way, man. Thank you so much, Queen. Like you said, I know you have a lot going on, so I just appreciate you even coming in the room, joining the stage. And like you say, prayers go out to your family and your husband. Do we have anyone else on stage, man, that just wanted to share anything, give any value? I know we were waiting for Sean to get back to the office. Sean, are you there? Did you make it back yet, bro? Okay, so he's still not there, so we're just going to keep everything going. I see we have a few more people that just came in. I see your microphone went off. Ms. Kim, you got anything you just want to add?
No, I was going to ask if somebody could bring me up to date. If there's a lull and someone wanted to give me the 411, a summarized version, I would love to have it.
So, okay, I mean, if any one of the queens most definitely want to give a recap, they most definitely can. I mean, I would more than not happy want to share with you just kind of how the room has went. But I most definitely want one of the queens to go first.
I just arrived, so I'm going to let somebody else go ahead and take it.
Yeah, that is correct, Miss Johnson. You did just show up. Miss Angela, did you have, she said she was on a break. And yeah, I forgot. Both of the ladies said that they was tired of doing something, so that's okay. So cool. So how the night has went, Miss Kim, man. A lot of individuals have came on and off the stage. Not everyone is here, but man, it just has been tremendous. They've been sharing just their experience of being an entrepreneur, answering the question of the topic at hand, just what it took to be an entrepreneur, what made them take that leap, some of the experience that they had in life, man. It's really been amazing, man. I can't even put it in words if that helps. But that's really just what we've been talking about. It really hasn't been a lot. Of course, 10K is always the conversation. That's the topic at hand. But yeah, man, a lot of people just been pouring out, being transparent, and really, from my opinion, man, really just blessing people, man, being a blessing to people. I know I've received a lot this evening. So yeah, that's just the most I can say. I'm DZ and I'm done speaking for the moment.
I'm going to, if I can, I'll go ahead and share the reason I came in tonight, because I've got to go to sleep. I've been up since a little after 4 this morning. I'm on the East Coast, so it's almost 12 for me. But we had an event, a virtual event today. I'm with the Les Brown Hungry to Speak family. And so we had a virtual event today. And when I tell you that Sean is the consummate entrepreneur, the consummate professional, he just blessed our entire organization. And what I know about why he does what he does is that he recognizes you can actually give your way into wealth. And that's something he's mastered the art of. And so I wanted to tell him, thank you so much for coming through. He came through. Not only did he bless, the folks at the event, but he spoke and he always brings such love and light. So I genuinely appreciate that. And I wanted to come in and just say thank you so much for your contribution. I don't know if he can hear me or not, but let him know I genuinely appreciate all he did for us today. It was marvelous. And I am going to sign out because I'm whipped. So everybody have a great night. Thank you so much for inviting me up, allowing me to share. Kimberly, I'll continue to keep your husband in prayer. What I know is God is a healer. I'm here only because he's a healer, for no other reason. I know personally he has literally saved my life multiple times. And so I'll keep your husband and you in prayer, because sometimes the caregiver is the one that needs the most prayer as they care for the one who needs. And I know he's in the hospital, but that doesn't make your job any easier. I get all of that. So I'll keep you in prayer. And you all have a marvelous night. Thanks again.
Thank you, Miss Jocelyn. I greatly appreciate that. And I'm standing in agreement with you. I know that God is the ultimate healer. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take good care. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Jocelyn. Yeah, man. Well, like you said, man, we are waiting for Sean to get back, man. And I can attest to a lot of what Ms. Jocelyn said, man. I've been around Sean. I haven't known him for that long. I kind of met him in a few other rooms like a couple months back, probably a little bit longer than that. Like I think close to the winter time. And just, I ain't knowing much about him, man, but he was car to me, and I always thought the car was dope. But like I say, this is my second time around in Clubhouse, man, and it was really, I felt like, I guess it was just divine timing that he kind of had this challenge going on, and that I had the opportunity to be a part of it. But not even just the challenge in itself, man. Sean, he's a unique individual. And for me, like I was saying in the room the other day, man, I come from a tough environment. So, there's just certain aspects and ways that people learn that's different from other people. So, like for me, I wouldn't call it some people. My style is different. So I'm more of an active learner. So kind of like these open conversations, I'm learning, I'm gaining so much, and it's actually really crazy, man. Because with the way that I learn and how I learn, I can literally listen to someone, right? If I'm in the stage of trying to take in information, and it's crazy, I can repeat it the exact way that they said it. But if you take, for instance, if I had to watch a video and do that same thing, it's just, I don't know, my mind just, it's like I can't connect. But when it comes to reading books, I read books all day. I grasp that information. And what Sean has done for me, man, he's really like an aggressive, active coach. So even when he ain't directly talking to me, because that's my style of learning, a lot of the things that he just said and how he presents himself and how he carries himself, man, like I've been able to learn so much. But the thing that has benefited me the most is he's no bullshit. So just hearing him, it continues to challenge me, man, to not make no excuses for the things that I have going on and just continue to be better. Like I have my ups and downs, but it's like, keep going, bro, because you really don't want to hear, somebody, I don't like losing. Like, that's just my person. I hate to lose. It bothers me. I love friendly competition. I understand that you got to take your wins with your losses. But at the end of the day, who want to lose, right? Like, let's just be real. Let's just be real with ourselves. So for me, man, he just really just reignited and brought back out that fire, bro. Like, to remember who you really are, bro. Like, and go at it. Like, you don't let nothing get in your way. You don't let nothing stop you. You gotta continue to press through it. Like, no matter if you win or lose, bro, you're gonna give it everything that you got. So, man, I just really just appreciate him in that aspect for just being that for me in the distance and up close, man. Because when he called me, he's straightforward. So that's just really just been a benefit for me, man. I know a lot of other people in this room can attest to the same thing when it just comes to him, man. So that's just one thing that I would like to add, man. And with him leaving the room, man, it sounds like he's tied up. So if no one has anything that they would like to add, man, I most definitely begin to wind down the room. I know a lot of you guys, y'all probably started early. I don't know what time zone you're in, but if y'all don't have anything to say, we most definitely can begin wrapping up the room. Okay, so we don't have no one else that would like to add anything, man. So lastly, but not least, we are live in the 10K room, man. For the people that just room, if you have not clicked the green house, and click the green mansion, become a part of the room, man. We do these rooms 7 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. We are talking about the benefits and the value of 10K. You don't have to sell 10K, man, because it sells itself. So hit any one of my Raiders' cars, take a look at it, because we all do different things. So our cars are set up different ways, man. And I guarantee you, you will see the value. You definitely can hit any one of our DMs, and we are more than happy to answer any question that you have. We mob and we vibe as a tribe. So if you want to ask a question while you're here in the audience right now, most definitely answer it. If not, man, I'm going to wind down the room. And if you're going to do it anyway, I always love this. Do it 10K in the room in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Man, love and light to everybody in the room, man. Y'all take care and y'all be safe.
You too. Good night, everyone. Good night. So he always.
Abinog. Wow.